The purpose of this presentation is to explain the Zero Trust security model as defined by NIST and supported by Microsoft Solutions. I am Cio Rodriguez. Zero Trust, as defined by NIST SP 800-207, is a security model that assumes no implicit trust. Every request is authenticated, authorized, and encrypted, applying least privilege access. Policies adapt dynamically based on identity, device, and risk, operating under an assume breach mindset to secure resources everywhere. This image illustrates Microsoft's Zero Trust security model. At the center is Zero Trust policy enforcement, powered by Microsoft Conditional Access, supported by continuous risk assessment, automation, threat intelligence, and telemetry. It protects 6 key areas or pillars. 1. Identities. Secure with Microsoft Entra ID and Defender for Identity. 2. Endpoints. Managed with Microsoft Defender and Endpoint Manager. 3. Applications. Protected by Microsoft Defender for Cloud. 4. Data. Secure with Microsoft Information Protection. 5. Infrastructure. Monitor and control for secure workloads. And 6. Network. Protected through Microsoft Cloud App Security and related controls. Starting with identities is the foundation of a zero trust journey as recommended by both NIST and Microsoft. Protecting identities ensures that only the right users gain access under the right conditions. To establish a strong authentication, organizations must adopt a layered approach that prioritizes security and reduces identity-based risks. The first step is to require multifactor authentication or MFA for all users, including administrators and external collaborators, ensuring that access is not granted based on passwords alone. Next, it is essential to enforce phishing-resistant MFA methods such as FIDO2 security keys, certificate-based authentication, or authenticator apps, which provide higher protection against credential theft and phishing attacks. Finally, organizations should eliminate legacy authentication protocols like IMAP, POP3, and older versions of SMTP, since these do not support MFA and create exploitable vulnerabilities. Enforcing least privilege access is a core principle of zero trust, ensuring users only have the access necessary to perform their tasks. This begins with applying the principle of least privilege, which minimizes the attack surface by limiting permissions. Next, organizations should implement role-based access control or RBAC to assign permissions to groups instead of individuals, simplifying management and reducing errors to further strengthen access security. Privileged Identity Management, or PIM, should be used to provide time-bound, just-in-time, or JIT administrative rights. Together, these measures reduce risks from excessive privileges, insider threats, and credential misuse while improving operational efficiency and accountability. Implementing conditional access policies is a critical step in enforcing zero trust by ensuring access decisions are adaptive and risk-based. The process starts with using conditional access to verify the user, device, location, and risk level before granting access. This provides context-aware protection rather than relying solely on passwords. Next, organizations should block risky sign-ins or non-compliant devices to prevent compromised accounts or untrusted endpoints from accessing sensitive resources. Finally, conditional access should be configured to require device compliance, app protection policies, or secure session enforcement when risk levels are elevated. Together, these controls dynamically balance security and productivity. Strengthening identity protection is a vital component of zero trust, focused on defending against compromised credentials and risky logins. Organizations should enable Microsoft Entra ID protection or equivalent tools to detect and respond to suspicious behavior such as unusual sign-ins, compromised accounts, or brute force attempts. This proactive monitoring helps identify threats before they escalate. Additionally, identity protection should include automated remediation to reduce response time and maintain security at scale. For example, policies can automatically force a password reset, require multi-factor authentication, MFA, or block access until the risk is resolved. These controls ensure continuous protection for user identities. Continuous monitoring and auditing are essential to maintaining zero trust by ensuring that security decisions remain valid over time. Organizations should begin by collecting identity logs into a SIEM, such as Microsoft Sentinel, to detect anomalies and correlate events across the environment. Next, they can leverage user entity behavior analytics or UEBA to identify unusual activity, insider threats, or signs of compromised accounts through advanced behavioral analysis. Finally, it is critical to regularly review access rights and remove unused accounts, reducing the risk of privilege creep and unauthorized access. This ongoing cycle ensures adaptive security and accountability. Extending protection to external identities is an essential step in a zero trust strategy, since guest users, partners, and contractors also access sensitive resources. Organizations should begin by applying zero trust policies to these accounts, ensuring they follow the same security standards as internal users. Next, they can use B2B collaboration features in Microsoft Entra ID, enforcing conditional access and multi-factor authentication requirements to secure interactions and prevent compromised accounts from being exploited. Finally, it is important to regularly audit and remove stale external accounts, reducing unnecessary risk and ensuring that only authorized active users maintain access. This is the conclusion of the first pillar. The identity pillar of Zero Trust focuses on securing user and service identities as the foundation for access control. Identities must be verified explicitly using a strong authentication, such as multi-factor authentication or MFA, conditional access policies, and continuous risk-based assessment. Later in this series of videos, we will rather do some demonstrations to put into context how these things are work and are put together. Obviously, because of timing and we're just going over the what of zero trust, the how to do these things. There are uh, hours and hours and hours of videos and books just about this. Zero trust is a whole framework, and obviously it would take a long time to implement all those controls and the use of the technology that is needed. Obviously, uh, it is costly. There's a lot of licensing and products that need to be onboarded in order for this to work. But in any case, so we just went over the identities pillar, and in the next video, we will go over the endpoints pillar. Hope to see you next.